I was drumming in the air there. Welcome once.
I was lollipopping.
That's the way. That's the way. Upbeat music is what we like. Upbeat music. Welcome one and all to another IPSA Kind of Magic. As usual, I'm joined by our esteemed founder, Mr. Hamish McClare of Search Convey. Of course, other esteemed people, Heather Poole-Gleed of Shropshire Property Search, and Jackie Dyson, Yorkshire Search Agency. Now, who are both involved in IPSA, one as a consultant, that would be Jackie, and the other one as a founder and a main mover, prime mover, one might say. Are you director, managing director?
I'm a director. I'm also the chief executive.
There we go. CEO, I think is the way they call it.
But actually, Jackie was one of the founder members. Hamish and I arrived to the party a little bit later. So
So Jackie was there at the beginning, and Hamish and Heather arrived fashionably late.
Absolutely.
But together they represent independent personal search agents. Now they are agents up and down the country that specialise in having built long and often deep relationships with their local councils, which enable them to get to the data quicker. So welcome one and all. Now today's topic is all about the up and coming IPSA conference, and of course, as per usual, I'm throwing Hamish straight under the bus.
Well, yes, welcome to all. And what we're actually doing today is a twofold thing, really. Many people have come across IPSA, heard the name IPSA, familiar with IPSA searches outside of IPSA membership. So what we're actually doing today, we're going to be speaking something about one of the great things about our conferences. They do demonstrate the great outreach that we have in terms of people who support what we're doing, partners, sponsors. And we've really got a remarkably exciting one coming up for this year, because it demonstrates there's an awful lot happening and an awful lot of things that IPSA members can become part of. And if they familiarize themselves with people who are actually promoting services or promoting products that they can actually join into, they really will actually meet these people should they come along to the conference on the 23rd of January. So it's really almost, we're part way through the first quarter of next year, but it's an exciting way to go on. Now, one of the great things about it, of course, right from the very start, in fact, Jackie could probably count on one hand the number of conferences she's actually sort of missed through the years. I don't recollect ever having gone to one where she wasn't there, except for one last year. But She had to go disappearing around the world on some exotic trip somewhere. I can't. But she's been to absolutely everything. And to be quite honest, it depends on how one's memory goes. But it's very hard to remember when Heather wasn't there either. But Heather's been putting our agenda together. But the great thing is she's been helped along this year by Jackie, which is good news. So I'll sort of pass it over, because I think probably Heather can bring us up to date with some of the concepts, some of the ideas. We're not going to go into any detail. You need to get along to the conference to find that out. But we just want to explain the breadth of what we're actually doing at the conference.
Well,
Heather, would you give some more flesh on that bone, please?
Certainly. Well, we're very fortunate to have already a number of confirmed sponsors, which obviously adds value, because they, as well as giving us some funds to put the conference on, they come along, they bring a table, they talk to members during the networking sessions, during the breaks, about the products that they have that will help our members. Now, some of those products are things that we can go to our clients and offer them other services, or some of those are things that will help us with the running of our business. So it's a twofold thing. But we have already got, in terms of sponsorship, we've got Legal Protection Group, will talk to us about insurance. We've got Groundshaw, Landmark, and Martello and Ashfield, who are all environmental companies that will be looking at things from different angles there. We have CLS that are talking about legal indemnities. We have ELAN. I'm sure I've missed somebody out. But we've got Land Registry are going to come along and
Excellent.
about the latest on the local land charges project. We've got somebody coming to talk to us about how the budget will have affected tax and landlords in terms of rentals. We have somebody coming along to talk to us about estate agents and how we can work with them in the future. There are just a huge number of things that will be of great use to any members that come along and get involved. So, we hope that as many as possible will come and chat to us all.
Where will it be this year? Well, next year.
It will be at Sketchley Grange Hotel, which is in Leicestershire, not far from here.
I remember the Sketchley Grange. Yes, exactly. Very nice.
We've chosen it again for a number of reasons. One is, believe it or not, it is very, very central to where all our members are based. I don't think anybody has to travel more than 3 hours to get there. So that makes it perfect. The fact that we've been there now a number of times makes it much easier for us to organise. We know how the space works. We know what we can do with the space. So that really helps. And the staff always look after us. We like it there. So it's a good place to go.
And the beds are comfortable.
The rooms are comfortable. The beds are comfortable. The food is good. There's a decent bar.
And occasionally good music as well. Anyway, moving on. I'm very sorry about that. Moving on. Jackie, these conferences are a really good opportunity for people to actually put a name to a face, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Because you not only name to a face, and also to talk to other search agents and find out how their councils work compared to the areas I used to cover, and also their knowledge. That is the important thing. You talk to them, and we bring subjects up that one council won't let you have this, so we have to go here, there, and everywhere. And you get to know what their knowledge of doing searches is, and that's important. So when you've met them and you've talked to them, next time you get a search in their area, you'll go on the IPSA website and have a look and think, oh, I met so-and-so at the conference and they seem to know exactly what they're doing. I trust them to do my search in the way that I would do it. So you choose them. And you look at others that you haven't seen for a long time and you're not sure how up to date they are with things and everything. So you think, no, I'm not going to use them because I don't know them and I'm not sure how good they are. I mean, being the IPSA members, they should be good. They should be good. And especially if you're members of the PCCB as well. So, but you develop a relationship. And that's important. Like I've developed a relationship with Heather and with Hamish. We only see each other once, twice a year. But you never lose that friendship and trust. That is the thing. And also you learn about the projects or the searches, etc., products that you can offer to your clients that you possibly didn't know were out there. You can give them a choice. If they've got a client that can't afford as much for the conveyancing, you can say, instead of doing this environmental search, let's use another environmental search firm. So they can bring their packages down for their clients, which can then attract more clients for your clients. And it's a social thing. I think
it's marvellous that the IPSA members who normally under normal conditions would never really interact personally can get to press flesh and shake the hand of people that are their opposite numbers in various other locations. I think that's an incredible thing to do.
And also, I mean, if you contact a firm and they say, oh, it's going to take 21 working days, and you say to them, oh, it's urgent, and don't worry, I'll sort it out, and they get it back to you more urgently. So you can buy them a drink to say thank you, or they can return the favour to you if you've got an urgent search back for them as quickly as you possibly could. So it's a social thing, and because a lot of us work in a small office and from home, it's nice to see that there's other people out there that have and encounter the problems that you encounter, and to know you are not on your own.
Yeah,
there is an association behind you to help you.
Hamish, I tell you what, the first time I ever met you was actually at an IPSA, the last IPSA one, and it was what was great was it was so familial that everyone around just wanted to shake my hand and say hello. It was wonderful. The feeling of positivity that seems to come from this conference, it's difficult to put your finger on exactly what it is, but it's really good.
Well, I think it actually demonstrates in a way networking at its best.
Yeah.
Jack had obviously been to a couple of these before I eventually sort of turned up. But one of the comments that she made, which was quite simple, I thought that because I set the business up initially, our business up with my wife, and the great thing about it was the realization that we weren't the only ones banging our heads against the wall, and everybody else was in the same position. Sometimes you feel like, as Jackie pointed out, as though you're on your own. The great thing is about the IPSA cooperative, and because of the way it works, because we're all business owners in our own right, we are independent. We have independent choice of what we can use. And one of the great things about these conferences, you get people coming along whose products that we can actually share and pass over and recommend, because we've met the people behind the product. And because we've met those as well, it makes the relationship that much better. So if you want to speak to them, one of the great things, Val, who was with us a couple of weeks back, Val, who's again, she was one of those early members that we all know remarkably well. She couldn't make it there, but one of the comments that she made was the advantage of actually coming along. She bumped into one of the insurance gurus who was actually there, and she saved us, I think it was something like £600 a year. She was saving herself because she'd met the person and because she had the confidence to do it. Sometimes it's difficult in business. Who do you buy from? People buy from people, and people buy better. They're happier to buy, like Jackie suggested, from people they know. So when you get to meet them, it makes such a wild difference. And it's a great advantage because we're from all over the country. So we come as far as right down on the sort of south coast, the southwest. We also go as far up as we go over into Wales. We've got people actually sort of in Wales. We're up to Newcastle, up the sort of west. We've got Liverpool. No, Newcastle on the east, isn't it? Liverpool on the west.
Yeah. The other really important thing that I've never been to a conference that I've come away from without having picked up some really vital nugget of information. Now, whether that's something that will help me to sell my product to customers, or whether it's something that's helped me to organize my office better, or that's given me more time, or that's saved me more money. There's always, just by chatting to people, possibly in the bar afterwards, I've found or learned something that has made a huge difference every single time.
Yeah. Can I ask you, Heather, the long list of sponsors that you were mentioning before, that seems to be more than there were last year.
Yes, definitely.
Now, that's an upwards trajectory. Can we explain why that is? Is that because the first one was so successful that others want to jump on that bandwagon?
Well, we've been running conferences for many years, and like most things, they've gone up and down. I mean, I think sort of 10-15 years ago we were getting a lot of support, and then everything went a little bit quiet. But yeah, I think as time goes on now, each one we do, we're getting more support because our sponsors are realizing the benefit of meeting our members. And what it does for them as well. So the one I missed out, I double checked while we were talking. The one I missed out was Wiggy Wham. That was the late addition to our list of sponsors.
Yes,
so,
and you know what? Hamish and I in other podcasts talked to Silas at Wiggy Wham quite a lot, and they are very impassioned. So I'm really glad they're going to be there. I think they provide a valuable resource.
Yes. So no, I think it's just really important to get the full breadth of services that are available. And obviously our members are very different. We have some that are always looking for new conveyancing clients. We have some that just prefer to work for other agents. You know, they don't want the big work. They just like to be able to do work for other agents, and that's fine. But we want to be able to provide them with information for everybody that suits all our members.
Well, it's as ever marvelous meeting members of IPSA. Hamish, would you care to take us home?
Yes, and one of the, I will just add to what Heather was saying, which is again shows a great reason, meeting these people that we can actually make use of their services. However, what we've got this year, which is even of greater benefit to members and of course any clients that we sort of are working with, these partners that are actually joining with us, as well as certain board members, are doing some work behind the scenes which will enable many more searches to be coming through IPSA members. And there's the opportunity to actually find out what these new ideas are, what the innovations are, where the business is going, because there is great opportunity at the moment if we catch the whole thing right. So it's a great way of developing partnerships. As I said, not just with other members of IPSA, but those sponsors who are coming along. They not only give us practical advice, they give us some darn good products that we can actually share with our clients.
Well, it just remains for me to thank Hamish, of course, from Search Convey, Heather Poole-Gleed for Shropshire Property Search, and, of course, Jackie Dyson of the Yorkshire Search Agency, and to all of you out there looking out there in the IPSA firmament. If you think if you thought last year you might have missed out on last year, please take the time to book yourself in. It's going to be a good one. There's lots and lots of great representatives from a variety of different amazing sponsors that Heather has been instrumental on bringing on board, as well as some of the old favourites. And I think you'll get something from it. So until next time, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, and just remember that a good search is an IPSA search. Until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.